Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. Yesterday, Advocate Mnisi won very big. It was a good day for Advocate Mnisi after he made that application and the judge ruled in his favor. Let me begin by saying that, you see, in an application like that, like I've always indicated, courts cannot get around constitutional constitutional rights, rather. In other words, when a court is faced with a constitutional issue and a case has been made out, a convincing case has been made out, the court has no option but to grant that application. Because like you see, I said in the previous videos, constitutional rights are not there to be dispensed by the courts or to be taken away by the courts. So under the circumstances that the judge found himself, there was really no option but to grant that application. And it was the right thing to do. A lot of people have been saying we are unduly criticizing Judge Ratamokhatling for this and that, and we have agendas and that kind of argument. There is no agenda here against Judge Ratamokhatling. I've always said my agenda is one. And my only agenda is to see justice for Senzo MEYIWA. I have no dog in this fight, I've always said. I have no personal interest in how anything unfolds in that court. But the pursuit of justice is my only focus. So Mnisi has won that application or has been granted that application. The court has ruled in his favor. But let me, for a short while, just focus on the approach of the prosecution. One wonders why the prosecution put up that determined opposition to this application. Because, you see, they have brought this evidence before the court through photograph evidence that Mthobisi Mncube had a gold tooth. Now, I don't see why, or I fail to see the reasoning behind why, when expert evidence is called by the defense to confirm that which they put before the court, you see, that is their own evidence that Mthobisi Mncube had a gold tooth. Now, we cannot just go by what we see on those photographs, because we know very well these days that, photographs can be manipulated. You can do anything to a photo. Right? So why they had a problem with that expert evidence, sort of raises a red flag for me. It raises a red flag for me also, coming on the back of, the revelations containing Ntanzi. You remember this narrative shifted from Ntanzi. That Ntanzi is supposed to be the person with the gold tooth and the dreadlocks. But medical evidence has since rubbished the fact that Ntanzi never went that, medical procedure in terms of which he had a gold tooth. So this opposition by the prosecution raises a red flag for me, because I've got a gut feeling that, the findings of that doctor, that Advocate Mnisi is going to call, might well reveal that Mthobisi Mncube never had a gold tooth. Otherwise, why should Sibanda so spiritedly oppose this application? Because you see, if they had that evidence to say Mthobisi Mncube had a gold tooth, they should welcome that expert and not and not oppose the calling of that expert. And that is how it went yesterday. I am very encouraged, by the commitment of Advocate Mnisi and Attorney Ramsipili. They are, doing a sterling job under very difficult circumstances. When I take a different point of view, it is not that, I'm necessarily just, condemning them and dismissing them, right? Like I've said, I can always disagree with people, and people can always disagree with me. And there's nothing wrong with that, Out of those disagreements, something positive can come out. So, Advocate Mnisi and Attorney Ramsipili are doing their very best to hold the fort in that court. And it is very encouraging. And Judge Ratamabatling, for once, has made the right decision. He has made the right decision. And for once, he has to be congratulated for making that right decision. Although he made it under circumstances which I believe he had no option. But it was the right decision, and to see decisions like this in favor of the defense is very encouraging, because it sort of balances out things. It does away with that perception that he's biased towards the prosecution. It sort of reinforces what you have always been saying, that he has to bring an open mind to that trial and not lean either way. So it was a big day for Mnisi, and let us see how he procures that dental session to perform that examination on Ndobisi Mncube, and see how it pans out. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video and all the other videos. Please like, subscribe, and share these videos, and have a wonderful day.